Yeah, 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 yeah. Living in Babylon, huh? Stay safe though, you know what I mean? Yeah, stay safe, straight up, straight up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All my niggas with me. You know we rollin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bitch, don't nothing come free. Pay me what you owe me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All my niggas with me. You know we rollin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bitch, don't nothing come free. Pay me what you owe me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. These niggas full of buffoonery. Try me, they gon' read your eulogy. Gemini, you know it's two of me. Niggas don't know what to do with me. Alien, I feel immortalized. Only protected, we fortified. Nigga, you die, play with Mordecai. Lay in the ditch if you play with me.
Roll Tide full of pride, roll tide full of pride, here we go. Roll Tide full of pride, here we go, baby. Down at the levee, we going fishing at the levee. SEC Media Day took place today. Kalen DeBoer speaks. A few of Alabama's players speaks. Question is, how do they sound? What is the identity of the team? Gonna get into the DeBoer presser first. Know I'm a little late. Know how it goes sometime, man. But we're definitely gonna dive into the DeBoer presser and just try to figure out the overall identity of Alabama. What do they want their identity to be? Physical, tough, aggressive, violent. That's what we want them to be. That would be the ideal situation, right? That's one of the big questions for Kalen DeBoer, K-Dog. What is the identity of his team? Can he get that old Alabama feel back, per se, where teams stepped on the field scared already, in fear already, etc.? Yeah, Bama no longer does that anymore. Let me know in the chat how you feel about that as well. So they need to get back to that mentality, that type of play style, football, murder ball, whatever you may call it. You understand me? That's what their mindset needs to be at the end of the day. Violence and dominate. Violence and dominate, period. Kalen DeBoer going into year 3 has a lot to prove in year 3 as well. This is a prove-it year for him. If it's a bad year, he could realistically be fired depending on the demand, what the demand is. But he definitely could be fired if he is piss poor. Talented roster, no excuses, no more excuses, officially his team. And one thing he has shown is progress as far as wins, losses, recruiting. He's been damn near phenomenal in recruiting, an area that most people thought he would struggle, especially in the SEC, the new realm, the new culture, etc. Major questions about can he adapt? And he's adapted pretty well, if you ask me, dog. No cap. But let's go ahead and dive right into it. Once again, SEC Media Day. What do the players and coaches have to say? As far as identity goes, man. I want this team to be physical on both sides of the ball, off the rip. I want to see pure domination, damn near, for real. Hold on 1 second. I said we're gonna get into Kalen DeBoer first. Let's get to it. Here we go, K-Dog. Shout out K-Dog once again. Give me 1 second, share the screen here. And let me know how you feeling about Bama in general. You excited about the season coming up? The season really close?
By Maison Perrier.
Slow down.
Welcome to the podium, University of Alabama head football coach Kalen DeBoer.
K-Dog in the building. K-Dog in the building. Let's rock. There we
All
go,
right.
man.
Good morning,
Let's rock.
Greg. Appreciate the introduction.
Yeah.
Appreciate your leadership for not just the SEC, but college athletics. And just also want to thank all of you that are here and everyone that's not as well that covers not just Alabama.
Like I always say, shout out K-Dog for trimming down, slimming down. Looking good, K-Dog. Looking good, K-Dog. No doubt. Here we go. Roll Tide full of pride. Roll Tide.
Alabama football, but the SEC, you know, brings out the great stories and journeys of our players, staff, everything that's tied to our great sport. I do want to say just a couple things. Give some props to our athletic department, Greg Byrne. Just can't say enough about how much of a great job he's done bringing staff members, head coaches in particular.
Fight for Bama, Greg Byrne. I repeat, fight for Bama, Greg Byrne. Here we go. Roll Tide.
But a group of people to Alabama, and you can see that success coming through, and just not just the sports that probably receive a little bit more of a you know, popularity. I think we were the first program this last year that ever had appearances in the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournament, with men's and women's college world series, as well as the CFP, and also had a player drafted in the first round, both or from Major League Baseball, the NBA, and the NFL. So just appreciate our head coaches, all the staff members in the other programs at Alabama. Appreciate.
And Kalen DeBoer learned the fast way. Some may say the hard way, but he learned the importance of staff, importance of position coaches. Like I always reiterate on, Nick Saban, what did he do? He came in like a tornado, a tidal wave, and tore everything down, built it all back up. He brought his coaches in, his brothers in, etc. He understood how important coaching is. And then you got to shout out, respect K-Dog for catching on quickly and swiftly. Here we go. Adrian Clem. Can't say it enough. Adrian Clem, a great addition to this Alabama defense, this coaching staff, etc. I mean, offense and the coaching staff, etc. Man, I feel like the O-line will be totally different, look totally different, and all that. As far as physicality goes, run blocking goes, we all know we must get the run game going. First time in history, baby, you see Bama damn near have no run game. That's unheard of, right? Right. So we must get back to physical football, SEC football. And it starts with Ryan Grubb and the O-line, period. Swerve.
The support from our president, Dr. Moeller, on through Greg Byrne, and everyone who works together to make our place what it is. You'll see throughout the day, I brought 3 players with. Guys that I just want to hit on just real briefly. I know they're well known in what they do on the football field, and so probably talk more about who they are and what they are off the football field. But Ryan Coleman Williams, junior, already going into his 3rd year. Time flies, but I guess the thing I'm just going to say about him, as all 3 of these guys as they go through their football.
Shout out all them boys. Xavier Brown, Bray Hubbard, Ryan Coleman Williams. Let's get it. Let's eat. Let's go win, man. Roll Tide.
Careers. A guy like Ryan, I think it can't be understated that he's going to have his degree here in December. That's 2.5 years because he actually didn't come in January, came in during the summer. So just something.
Shout out Ryan Coleman Williams, no doubt. Matter of fact, clap it up. Believe that.
Comes to a focus that Ryan has, not just on the football field, but off.
Well, let's be real, DeBoer. Let's be real here, DeBoer. For certainly. Last year, the focus wasn't there. So don't sit up there and act like he was focused, he was dialed in, had a horrible year, down year, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't acceptable. It wasn't even close to the standard. You know it. I know it. So let's not sit here and act like he was focused on the field, DeBoer. Is he focused now? Hopefully so. We shall see. Time will tell. But last year, hell no. Last year, what he did won't cut it. Here we go.
It's so impressive handling all the things he does. Zabian Brown made many of the great plays that we've had over the last couple of years in the secondary. Number of touchdowns, interceptions, plays that sealed games, helped win games. Just
Right,
who
right.
he is and the steadiness he's played with is
Zabrian Brown, real dog, a real dog. Playmaker off the rip. Game changer. You know, shines under the bright lights. Oh yeah, shout out Zabian Brown. Here we go.
also, can be seen in what he does off the football field. He'll have his degree in 3 years here in December as well. And then Bray Hubbard is our third member that we brought with. So 2 from the defense, 1 from the offensive side. Bray is through and through here with the Crimson Tide. Just his experience, hard-hitting safety that can play in a lot of different ways, extremely versatile. Not only does he have his undergrad degree, but he will have his master's here in December. So proud of these 3 guys, proud of the leadership that they bring. They are very critical to our success this fall, as are many of the guys that I will talk about as we go through the day. But these 3, I know are doing a great job representing us here today, so I appreciate them. When it comes to our team, just really excited about what this season is going to look like. A lot of new faces, and so there are some unknowns, but there's a lot of things that we know we can hang our hat on, things that we can build.
A lot of new faces, but a lot of new good faces, a lot of new talented faces, period. Faces who will play right away. Rayson Delgadis, Terrence Mean Greens, to name a few. New faces for sure. What is the development like that? What is the development like, the preparation like?
On Greg mentioned, some of just the successes that we had last year, 7-1 in the conference, making the conference championship, winning a playoff game.
Progress was made. Progress was definitely made. That's not the question right there. Well, I guess for some it is, but you can't deny. You got to give props when props are due. Kalen DeBoer definitely showed improvement. I mean, the guy won a playoff game, period. Give him some credit. Give him a little bit of credit. Indiana game, of course, it was bad. It was piss poor. Guess what? Throw it away. What, you going to dwell on it forever? It's year 3, new season, new staff, new team per se. Let him rock. He can't run from the season. He can't run from competition. He has to prove it. They have to prove it on the field. Here we go. Swerve.
We obviously fell short of our goals when it comes to winning the conference championship, winning more games and competing for a national championship.
That is the standard. That is the standard. What is the standard? Competing for a national championship. A playoff team, but a playoff team that makes a lot of noise as well. He's getting there. He's getting there. Get a man some time. I mean, hell, he's in year 3. Shit. Here we go. Let's get it.
In the playoffs, but there are some steps that I felt we took. I think there's a toughness. There's a culture that exists. You don't win that many games in our conference without, and we want to.
Definitely got to be tough. Got to be tough in the SEC. If SEC is the best conference, hands down, man down. Respect to the Big Ten for sure. But like I've been saying, put a Big Ten team in the SEC, see how it turns out. Let's get it.
Continue to build. We don't take these things for granted because, as I mentioned, there's over 50 new players in this football program, guys who have maybe been a part of the league at other places, but a lot of guys who haven't. And so every year you start over. Right. Every year you build that foundation.
Brand new year, fresh year. What K-Dog going to do? What them boys going to do? That they can redeem the Indiana loss, whatever. There's people out there who call it a bad season. Well, guess what? They can redeem that. Get over it. Throw it away. But it starts training camp and beyond.
You take the experiences you've had.
Really already started spring ball, spring camp, etc. Now you build on that momentum, build from there. First step, got to get the QB1 right. Who is your QB1? They're going to play a very important role in the offense. Leader, captain, field general. Who's ready? Who is ready? we say Keelan Russell is number one right now. Big facts, no cap. But it's still a competition. It's still a battle war, etc. A lot of football left, man. A lot of football left. Here we go.
And I think those collectively together are the ones that you really look at. A year ago, I can think about standing up here and talking about how we needed to improve in penalties. And we went from bottom of the pack in the conference to right at the top, if not the top in the conference when it comes to penalty yardage per game. And, you know, the ability to be great in critical moments, a lot of close losses the year before, and finding ways to be great. And at the end of the half, in the red zone, the end of the game, critical moments, third and fourth downs. We wanted to get more pressure on the quarterback. And so we did a lot of those things last year. We need to make sure that we don't take them for granted. You achieve what you emphasize, and we got to make sure we continue to emphasize those areas that we want to continue to keep strengths for us as we work on the things that we want to improve. You know, just other improvement areas. I think we need to really look at it. We want to be able to run the football better. I think that will help our overall team. That will help overall when it comes to, you know, protecting your.
No brainer right there. No brainer. That's what we all know, Kalen DeBoer. That's what we all know. Running the football is a must. The way Bama ran the football or didn't run the football last year was piss poor, unheard of, rare. Hopefully to never be seen again. But you're damn right, DeBoer. Run the ball. It starts with your man Ryan Grubb. Tell him to lean on the run. Break him with the run. Don't give up on the run. Now, don't stop being aggressive. Be aggressive. That's part of him, part of the way he play calls, period. But learn to when incorporate the run at the right time. When to lean on it, baby. That's the SEC. Lean on it, baby. Heavy. You know it. I know it. Right? Don't be scared to run. But KOC, you said I say KOC. SKOL Tide, baby. SKOL Tide, here we come. You know? Yeah, bro. Ryan Grubb got to lean on that run, man. For real. Get back to it. The best thing he said thus far. You understand me? In the building. Chef in the building. Chef in the building. What up, big dog? What up, my Levy dog? What he said? I love this team and coaching staff, and then my trust plus the GM. Number 19 coming soon. Roll Tide full of pride, babe. Roll Tide, no doubt. Let him know, Chef. Hold on, Chef came in hot, though. Chef came in with that belief, man. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it, bro. You hear me? Heavy, man. Roll Tide full of pride. Roll Tide. Where the sirens at around this bitch, for real. Here we go. Hold up, man. Hold up. Yes, sir, man. You already know, Chef. They sleeping on Bama. Let them sleep. We gonna wake them up the strong way, no doubt. They talking about Bama ain't this no more. Bama ain't got it. Corsten and Kalen DeBoer, even though he's shown progress whole time he been in the building. They said the man couldn't recruit in the SEC. He proved them wrong there. What more do you want from him right now? Now, like I say, if they have a major regression this season, okay, you check Kalen DeBoer. You say, hey, Kalen DeBoer, it might be time for you to go, or we got to revamp some things around here. But you don't jump the gun. Indiana, bad loss, of course. A lot was going on behind the scenes with Indiana as well. Players taking them lightly, not being ready for the game, a lot. But it all starts with DeBoer, right? So a situation DeBoer can definitely learn from. But major super confidence in this team, talented team for sure. You know it. I know it. Talk about SEC championship team caliber, of course. National championship winning caliber, of course, depending on how the execution looks, depending on how the coaching is. That's the main thing right there. What did Kane Womack say? He wants them to be more violent consistently, play with more effort consistently. And you know the beautiful thing is, right? You bring in players with consistent effort. Caleb Woodson, he ain't new to this. He true to this. Period. That boy a hard worker. Effort though. What Kane Womack say? His effort, his fight, determination. Man, he's a real football player as well. Then on top of that, has the physical attributes: size, speed, power. You can put him one-on-one coverage with a tight end per se. Hell, he can maybe even run with a receiver. You know? But let him keep sleeping. Bama gonna wake him up. Roll Tide. Let's get back to it.
Quarterback makes play calling easier. And so that's something, we've addressed and stressed within our team. Just, taking advantage of the skill sets we have on the defensive side, thinking about our secondary and all the guys that we return with the entire group. And then even some of the guys that are in the rotation returning as well. I think we added some pieces, not just in the offensive line, but the defensive line that can come in and really give us what we want from a physicality standpoint. Appreciate our coaching staff. We have a lot of continuity there. Defensive side returns everyone. We've made a few hires, some opportunities for guys that got opportunities to go be head coaches and coordinators at other places, bringing in guys like Richard Owens as tight ends coach, Adrian Clem and Derek Nix on the offensive side. They've done a great job gelling with the rest of our staff there and bringing the pieces together. So looking forward to this season. Really excited about this group. Whenever we have media days, I know that means the season is upon us, and these guys have been working extremely hard. Your season or your team is made in these summer months. We got to come together and have a great fall camp. There's a lot of execution and things that we need to refine.
Time to work. Lock in. Shit. It should be no question about the chemistry of this team. This team, matter of fact, very similar to the Vikings in a certain way. And we talk about a whole different level with KLC and his chemistry. But Kalen DeBoer going on year 3. It should be a smooth operation 85% of the time, even more, matter of fact. His quarterback should be able to run this offense at a spectacular level, whoever the quarterback is. Kalen DeBoer has had enough time, way more than enough time, to really put his foot on the gas, figure out what scheme he wants, what real identity he wants to be, period. Now it's time for the execution, man, no doubt.
Need to take place just through getting the reps that will come here in the month of August. So looking forward to a great season. I'm open for questions.
Thank you, Coach. If you have a question, Tommy, Jalen, or Kylie will raise it. Please give your name and affiliation when you ask your question. We're going to start. Tommy, let's start right here, middle aisle, second row.
Hey, Coach. E.G. from Yale, Alabama. You mentioned that continuity on your staff. How does that
Shout out Short. Here we go.
set you up for success this season from a coordinating perspective and beyond the quarterback battle? What have you found yourself spending the most time on this offseason?
Yeah, I think just familiarity is so important. Just being around here this morning and doing different interviews, year 3 versus years 2, but especially versus year 1. And anytime you have more familiarity, you understand who's around you. You understand the areas that are strengths. You understand the areas that are weaknesses. And so that continuity on our coaching staff is critical. It trickles down. You're not just coaching the coaches, but really what matters is what the players learn and what the players know. And so our coaching staff being on the same page, everyone gelling at the leadership level at the coaching staff will certainly trickle down and
Growth, progression, success comes with it. I mean, it takes time. This whole regime will take some time. Now it's all coming together. I mean, not an easy task to step in for Saban. Yeah, you give him a good roster, give him this, give him that, but it's still adapting, learning. SEC, whole new animal, period. Fighting a whole new battle in the SEC, different type style of recruiting, different speeds, different everything, damn near, different fan base, etc. You're coming to Bama, so you're held accountable off the rip. They demand excellence right away. I repeat, right away. But like I say, year 3, this the year we going to see what this team is, what this team is made of, who exactly Kalen DeBoer is as a head coach.
Lead to, that feeling of confidence, trust, and belief that you need amongst your players, which is the most important.
Okay, we're going to stay on this front section, front row.
Nick Kelly, AL.com. Kalen, you've got a lot of new faces on the offensive line. Did you expect that change to lead to improvement from that group?
We lost some good players that got obviously first-round draft picks, and like Caden Proctor, Parker Brailsford,
Shout out them, roll tide, man. Shout out Proctor, Brailsford, everybody who got drafted, all them boys, for real.
some good players, some great players, that we're certainly going to miss. But I am excited about the guys that either return, Michael Carroll, who took a lot of snaps for us. Will Sanders has taken a lot of snaps for us. There's some guys that are within our program, like a Jackson Lloyd. We brought in some players that have been at other places, that have been on the football field, in the conference, outside the conference. What I appreciate about the guys who have come in, I guess really the whole unit as a whole, is how open they've been to just being coached, being taught, wanting to come together, feeding off of the energy or the talk around, it being an area that needs to be improved, but just focusing on really what they can control and not making it more than what it needs to be, but also understanding the urgency that needs to happen to be an elite group. I think, last year we had a number of guys that were in the mix, in the rotation. I think a lot of it's always, there's a piece to it where we were trying to find the right combinations, but there was also a lot of times where it was out of necessity, injuries and other, where we needed to make those changes. And hopefully we can find a group here in fall camp that really gels well together, is the best unit as a whole. When communication is made, it's understood and it's communicated at a high level, to where everyone's on the same page. We go out there and do their jobs. I think
And that's one of the major things as well. Got to be on the same accord. Everybody understanding their role and playing it at a high level, understanding their job specifically and doing it at the highest level possible. The Alabama standard, the Alabama way, period. So where do we go?
there's the physical tools across the board in our football team, but your question regarding offensive line, those physical tools are there. We have a younger group, but again, I think that leads to the eagerness that these guys have and the willingness to be coached, to be pushed, and that humility that
Recruiting matters, player development matters. I don't care what nobody say. NIL, transfer portal, cool, but recruiting still matters the most.
they have, I think can certainly be seen in the work that they've been put in.
Coach, we're going to go over to our section on the far right, about midway back over on the right-hand side.
Morning, Coach Stephen Bernard, the league winners. There's been a lot of talk about the 9-game conference schedule. I wanted to talk about a big non-conference game that you guys have this year, which is a team you played last year at Florida State on September 19th. What's kind of the approach this year? I know there was a lot of hoopla and back and forth talk between the players last year, a little bit quieter, a little bit more quiet this year. So what's kind of been the approach from a coach's perspective to these players this year?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be, they're all these games are important. 9 conference games, each one of them. You can't worry about the next until you've taken care of your business, the one that's in front of you.
Big facts, no cap. Can't think ahead, focus on the task at hand. Shit. Tough schedule again this year, brutal schedule, brutal gauntlet. How will you fight? How will you fight it? But we know how the committee does at the end of the day. They talk about, oh, strength of schedule matters, this and that matters, but does it really? The way they be moving and grooving, does it really? The whole playoff bracket system needs to be revamped anyway, but hell, at least get the right teams in there on a consistent basis. Best versus the best on a consistent basis. You got teams in there like James Madison getting washed up. James Madison versus Oregon. Are you kidding me, huh? Heavy. What type of mismatch is that? Care about no power outside, power five, whatever you call them. Oh, they don't get in. And if they're not worthy of getting in, why are they getting in the playoff? It should be the best 12 teams in the land. Here we go.
You know, first and foremost for us, I mean, is East Carolina. You know, we got fall
Facts.
camp, but
East Carolina, first game of the season, lock in. I repeat, first game of the season, East Carolina, lock in. Here we go, K-Dog. Let's get it, bro. Roll Tide.
East Carolina, and then you know your reference to the Florida State game. I mean, that's certainly one that put us
Payback. Oh yeah, payback. Payback for sure. Believe it. Here we go. At home too. NT Town too. Better hold it down, man. Roll Tide. Let's get it.
in a tough spot a year ago, and we got to make sure we're at our best. It's a home game for us.
Right.
You know, we got to protect our own home turf there, and that
Lock
goes
in.
for every game, not just that one. But it's one that just did put us in a tough spot. I thought our guys did a great job responding last year to the adversity that hit them pretty much smack in the face week one, responding with winning 10 of the next 11. And so, you know, there's lessons and things that and moments you go through. And I think that moment actually made us stronger as a football program and as a football team for sure for the 2025 season, and something that we need to make sure we take and learn from going into the next couple months here as we get into 2026.
Coach will go in the section right in front of me, 2 rows. Kirk.
Kirk Bowles from the Houston Chronicle. Kalen, you mentioned the running game. You clearly didn't run the ball well last year. Neither did Texas and Oklahoma, historically, you know, running back rich programs. Is that a continuing trend, do you think, in college football that just kind of is a trickle down from the NFL or rules changes? And do you think that's going to continue?
No, because I think we've had success running the football with the rules, though, and not much has changed since then. I think we just got to do a better job. I think our league and our schedule last year, we had some very good run defenses, very good defenses in general that we faced, especially in the latter half of the season.
Yeah.
And so,
what you mean? What that mean? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You faced it. You fell. Straight up. You know it. I know it, DeBoer. K-Dog. So the question is, what will the identity of the team be? Question is, will you run the ball specifically? Can you be tough? Can you be brutal? Damn near. Huh?
you still got to find ways to get the job done. And we understand where that bar's at on what it's going to take to accomplish getting the job done and being effective, running the ball at a high level. And so we got to work to accomplish that.
Okay, we'll stay right next door here in the center, Kyle.
Larry Carlson, History of Longhorn Sports. Coach, I was hoping maybe you could compare and contrast Keelan and Austin for us a little bit and where they are right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys that are in their different years as far as, you know, Austin going into his fourth year, really the fourth year in this system, Keelan going into his second. So there's a little bit of a difference there. You know, I know that both of them would say what they know now versus what they even knew a year ago. I think especially in Keelan's case, when it comes to just football knowledge, understanding of the offense, understanding of how you attack a defense, defensive structure. I think their reps have, you know, have helped them really take these big jumps, especially in the last 5 months. And I think last year helped them too with the reps that we gave them. We're very intentional with how we distribute them. And so, you know, I think skill set wise, you're talking about, you know, a much taller, bigger, you know, quarterback
Two different skill sets, but both very skillful. I repeat, two different skill sets, but both very skillful in their own way.
With Austin, Austin, I think, will surprise people when he really gets out and runs, because he runs very well.
Yeah.
Better, I think, than
We talk about what, 6'4" or more, 220 plus, running fast, can scramble, maneuver in the pocket, coming at you full speed, ahead is full throttle. Oh man, real trouble, trouble. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac, a legend forever. Here we go.
most people think. Keelan is very versatile that way.
Mhm.
You know, has created with his legs. You know, as a high school football player, you can see it at times. It's hard to replicate when you're in practice and a guy's not live, and what that might lead to on the football field in a game.
Mhm.
But both of them are more than capable. I think they're high-level elite quarterbacks.
Definitely,
Fortunately, we
definitely.
have them both in our program, and
Gonna be a real battle, a real war. Right now, Keelan Russell may have the slight edge in the battle, competition, whatever. But at the end of the day, a lot of football left to be played. Training camp starting what? What, 10 days, 9 days now, something like that. So you can't run from competition. You can't run from the battle any longer. Here we go.
it's going to be a competition that's going to lead to a tough decision. It's one that we're fortunate to have, and it's going to be one that when we do make the decision.
And don't forget this as well. Elijah Haven is in the building. So next year, you're talking about Elijah Haven versus Keelan Russell potentially. You got the other young freshman in the building, Trent Seaborn in the building. Will a player leave? Will somebody hit the portal? We're going to see, man. But a lot of talent in that quarterback room. And some may call it a problem because of the portal. And I mean, hell, that's a great problem to have, for real. You got all that talented quarterback, all them great quarterbacks in there. That's all you got to worry about round yonder. You got to worry about picking the best man for the team, best man for the job. It's a beautiful problem to have to me. Then bet, let's get it. Here we go. Very interesting how it pans out for sure.
That we'll be confident we'll do a great job, because they are two guys that are well respected by our entire football team because of how they work, who they are as people, and the production and what they look like on the football field.
Coach, we're going to go near the back of the room and the section to your right-hand side.
Hey, Coach. Rob Gregson, A to Z Sports. Obviously, a couple years ago, you had Ryan Coleman Williams burst onto the scene. Do you foresee a potential path for a running back like E.J. Crowell or wide receiver Cedarian Morgan to maybe do something?
Hell yeah. Why wouldn't you? Why the hell wouldn't you if they can stay healthy? If they can stay healthy. E.J. Crowell, you already know how raw he is. Cedarian Morgan, you already know how raw he is as well. They compare him to Julio Jones already. He put on that number 8, right? Hey, bruh, say, bruh, you put on that number 8, be ready. I repeat, Cedarian Morgan, shout out, brother, go ball. But you put on that number 8, and you got to go put that work in for real. I'm talking about heavy, man. Big shoes to walk in, cleats to put on, whatever. But you put that 8, that Julio, Julio did him dirty on that field. You know it. I know it. Here we go. But two freshmen, E.J. Crowell, Cedarian Morgan, pay attention to both of them. Could be big contributors right away. E.J. Crowell's main thing is what? Staying healthy, staying available. That's it. Let's get back to it.
Something similar?
Yeah, I think Ryan's freshman year was special. Big plays that he made in big moments. I think a lot of our freshmen that we have recruited over the last, I guess, the last year's class and this year's class, I think, guys that come in and be impact players for us. And so we will need, I think we won't need as many impact freshmen this year as we had last year. I think you could arguably say there's at least 6 guys that had starter reps the latter half of the season. Then guys,
and you have sophomores and juniors who are ready to just elevate and play at the man, dog, just take it to that next level for real. Talk about the Dejon Lees, the Zabian Browns, Menzies, right? The veterans, Keon Sabb, Bray Hubbard. Man, talk about a mean secondary linebacking core, QB Reese, Luke Metz. Trenches, London Simmons, Terrence Mean Green, Jeremiah Beeman. It's a battle all across the board. You know it. I know it. Let's get it, man. Roll Tide.
That we were counting on as impact players. Ryan that year as a freshman was that guy. And we're going to need that from those guys that you mentioned, both EJ and Sedarian. I think are guys that we'll be looking to that could have an impact that is significant and one that's needed to help our football team. They put in the work. They're have a level of urgency, knowing that there's an opportunity for them to contribute at a high level. They have the capability as well.
We're going to go straight down in front of us, right in front row.
Man, shout out K-Dog again. K-Dog again, huh? Putting that work in, shedding some of them pounds, man, no doubt. Respect, K-Dog. Respect. K-Dog just out there. Bro, oh, man, I think K-Dog coming with a whole different mentality this year. And not just the whole weight loss thing, but just his mentality in general, understanding the SEC more, understanding that this is his team now, understanding how much he has to prove. Does he want to create his own legacy? Does he want to be his own man per se? Because right now he's still kind of in the footsteps, in the shadows of Saban. People still comparing and will he be this? Will he be that? Question is, how great does K-Dog want to be? What type of legacy will he leave? Starting this year, coming up. Because this ain't no like regular job here. It's a standard and it will be held at a certain level. So you mess up this year, K-Dog, you're probably out. Pay you out, you walk. But we need progress once again. Can you make a real playoff push? Playoff push. Yeah, bitch, yeah. I feel like that's fair. That should be fair. Not saying you got to win the natty, win the whole thing, but we must see progress in the playoffs, K-Dog. You know it. I know it. That's the Bama way. Your roster is set. Your roster is the roster you wanted to build, you wanted to form as one. So now you got to go prove it off the rib. I'm talking first game in East Carolina. I want to see per domination. We need to get back to the Bama of old. You understand me? Put fear in teams. I repeat, put fear in teams. You remember Chase Warmack when he came on the field versus Notre Dame, baby? Had the tight ass jersey up over his stomach out, looking ready, looking mean, looking like a real dog out that bitch. I mean, Notre Dame was scared from jump. It was over with from jump, right? Eddie Lacy toting that tater. Oh, man, you know it. Here we go. Need to get back to that, to them ways.
Justin Patrick, Fox Sports Radio out of Pensacola, Florida. Coach, for the longest time, Alabama, they were the face of the SEC. Now it's been 3 years since the SEC has even appeared to the national championship. What do you have to do to get this program?
And shout out to the Big Ten. Can't forget the Big Ten. Never ever disrespect the Big Ten, but they're still not the SEC. Like I said, let's prove it. Let's prove it for real. Take a top Big Ten team, throw them in the SEC for about 4-5 years. See what the record is. See how many natties are won or have been won. Playoff appearances and go from there. But all this comparing, you can't just say, oh, they won 3 championships. Okay, and does that mean they're the best conference? No. Here we go. And we talk about 3. How many the SEC had in a row?
Back to being the face of the SEC and, well, get the SEC back on top nationally.
Yeah, well, we always want to have that that expectation that you're referring to, and you know, we felt like we righted it wrong a little bit last year compared to the year before. with some of the things we accomplished, but we also understand we fell short of what our expectations are internally. And so,
Big facts, no cap.
you know, every area of the program just has to continue to improve. I think that's my experiences over the years is you can see what the bar's at, and sometimes you can look at it and say you're this close, and sometimes you're further away. And sometimes it's the perspective and the way you look at it. A coach might look at it different than a fan or an analyst. But for us, and the way I've accomplished it in the past is just really challenge every group in the team, wherever you're at, to improve. And we got to address our weaknesses. We got to make sure we continue to keep our strengths in order and who we are, understanding our identity, and continue to learn from those things that have happened to us, both good and bad, be better, and continue focus on what we control, and that's the next play, the next moment, the next game, whatever's in front of us.
Coach will go straight in front of me, front row, AP.
Good morning, Coach. AP Stedham of AP as we see it. Beyond the throwing accuracy and the playbook mastery, what are some of the game management and leadership traits you're relying on to determine who will get the first snap?
Yeah, poise. The guy who can move the ball up and down the field. I really believe, I said it earlier, but our quarterbacks do have the belief and trust amongst our entire team.
Very important, very important. Does the team believe? Do the players believe? Is it a real true brotherhood? So the fact that the players believe in him, that's the first step. Matter of fact, I love what he said. Poise, dog. Poise. You got to have poise back there in that QB, at that QB1 position, right? Especially we're talking SEC football. Shit hit the fan, go left, go right. Game get hard, huh? Game get tough, etc. You may be down 2 touchdowns, 1, 3 points. It don't matter. Do you have poise, baby? Can you keep your team in the game? Your players, can you keep them believing, keep them calm, etc.? You know? All these factors play a major role, a major key in success of this football team. But it always starts, always will start, and end with Kalen DeBoer, K-Dog. Here we go.
There's different ways where I've seen that, whether it was in the spring or as I've seen this through the summer. There's different conversations. There's different activities that we do where I really can get a good feel of it being genuine, that our team trusts that whoever steps on the football field and takes those snaps is going to be a guy that, and I think that's because they believe in both guys.
And that's what it's about right there. That's respect right there. Make them earn it. Make them earn it. You know, KOC could take some notes from him right here, from Bama right now. But he said the whole team believes in these guys. So it's really may the best man win, but you got to win the team first. Don't nobody care what K-Dog say. Don't nobody care what KOC say. I'm just throwing the Vikings in there for purposes. But at the end of the day, the team will choose. The team will decide. But the fact that everybody believes in both of these quarterbacks, that's even better for Alabama. Here we go. Let's get back to it. Hey, you come in the chat, let me get them roll tides in the chat. I repeat, let me get them roll tides in the chat, baby. Here we go.
The poise, though, that's hard to create, and that's what we got to do with our entire football team, not just the quarterback position.
Do you have the poise or not? I repeat, do you have the poise or not? Some quarterbacks have it. Guess what? Some quarterbacks don't. Question is, Keelan Russell, Austin Mack right there. Which one has poise, demeanor, belief, confidence, ability, right heart, that competitive spirit? That's it. Understanding of the game. So shout out K-Dog. You gotta put them through the test per se. You know?
Putting guys in spots where there is adversity, where there are moments that are tough and challenging, how they process. But again, that comes down to the poise that you got to have. We need the guy that can move the ball up and down the field the most efficiently and effectively. and make the guys around him better. But from a character standpoint, from a work ethic standpoint, and again, a production standpoint, as I mentioned earlier, these guys have the team, and now it's just a matter of we're going to have to decide which one takes the first snap, as you mentioned.
Okay, we'll go straight down the center aisle, fourth row. Barry?
Yeah, Barry Tram with the Tulsa World. Kalen, from the outside, it looks like you took on an impossible job following Nick Saban. It also looks like you handle it really well. To what degree is that true, and how do you feel personally that you've handled that situation?
Before he go, I'm gonna go. He's handled it very well. After the first year, everybody's saying, can him, he's done, he's this, he's that, he ain't good enough, he can't do it. He bounced back, hit hard in recruiting, bounced back, had a better season. Progress. Then he took it on the chin as well, dog. Tough season, horrible Indiana loss. He took it, all right, bet. He take that. And we'll see how we do this year. But I say he's handled it very well. The pressure, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can talk about how great of a job Coach Saban did in building the program to what it is, and the expectations. Man, I just know my past experiences being part of places that have the pride and tradition on the extreme high level, like Alabama would or Alabama has. It'd be something that I wanted to be a part of, and love that challenge. I love the internal challenge of just in the moment of trying to bring a team together to be the best we can be. But I also love the challenge of taking a program and 1 year, winning a championship is hard. What's so impressive with what Coach Saban did for so many years is doing it again, because everyone's coming after you. And everyone's going to bring their best when they face you on the football field. And so,
Facts.
That's what I understand. What I understand took place and happened here during the great times, and Coach Saban obviously leading the charge here. But I also love the challenge of trying to continue to build on that, and continue to add to this program's great history.
Coach, we'll go here to our right-hand side, second row.
Hey, Kalen, Colin Gay, Tuscaloosa News. Do you feel like this Alabama team is flying a little bit under the radar heading into fall? And is that something that you...
If so, it's all good. If so, it's all good. Let them sleep. I repeat, let them sleep. We're going to wake them up for sure. You knew it. I knew it. Roll Tide.
prefer as a coach is not as many eyes on you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I understand why with a lot of new faces, and that's okay, because we got to go prove it. We do.
Yeah.
We got to go out and we got to get the job done. That's really how I feel every year. It doesn't matter how many guys you returned. Last year we returned, I think it was at 16 seniors, and we had to go prove it, right? We had to do some things, not just talk it. We had to go, decide what we were going to accomplish, decide and commit to the process, commit to what we needed to do to get it done, and then make sure that the action supported the goals that we had. And so this team has a lot of new faces. For us, we felt, again, we took some good steps in the right direction a year ago. We feel like there's a foundation of toughness and resiliency, as I mentioned earlier. But there's also some things that we got to continue to get better. So until we prove it, we understand where there's going to be doubt, because those expectations, as we talked about, are extremely high in the program.
Here we have
Go take respect. Roll Tide.
time for a couple more. We're going to start in front of me on the far out.
Connor O'Gara, the OG kickoff for the next round. Kalen, do you think your time at Alabama will be defined by whether you win a national championship?
I certainly know that that's an important part of what's happened in the program. So I wouldn't doubt that if that's the case. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on just helping our program be the best and trying to bring out the best and raise the level of everyone around me, from coaching staff to our players, trying to maximize what we're capable of every single day.
We'll take one final question over to our left-hand side.
Before that final, hey, you're damn right he better win that natty. He ain't got to focus on it and just dwell on it and this and that. but a natty is expected, right? Right. Matter of fact, multiple natties, maybe. Let's be real here in general. What is the standard? What has been the standard for a long time now? Natty, natty, champion, champion. Here we go. Roll Tide.
Good morning, Coach. Bree Johnson, Hillsborough College, Hawk TV. My question to you is, what have been your points of emphasis on the off season so you don't have the
Damn, girl, you beautiful. Come in, huh? You here? Come here, girl. Mwah. For real.
same outcome in this upcoming season?
The points of emphasis have been to continue to make sure, again, that what we did well, that we continue to emphasize those things and don't take it for granted. Again, it all starts over. It's a whole new team. Just because we did something well last year doesn't mean it automatically carries over. And then find our weaknesses and
Facts.
I'm just gonna, everyone continues to talk about it, understandably so. We got to be able to just execute better in the run game.
Yeah. Execute better, yeah. Be real with it. Run the ball. Move by this. That's it. That's all. The hell you talking about right there, K-Dog? Execute. Yeah, blah. It should be execution at the highest level. Execution should be natural, man. Round there.
And I think that is a mindset that is something where I feel like we got the talent, we got the schemes, the schematics, we got the people that can pull the trigger on things, whether it's coaches or staff or players, and we just got to continue to work because that area is going to make our entire team better and help us accomplish the next level of goals and successes that we're hoping for.
Coach DeBoer, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you. Roll Tide.
Shout out DeBoer, man. Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide, man. Shout out, clap it up for DeBoer. Matter of fact. Now we're gonna dive, like I say, dive right into it. Break some of the players down. Hold on. Hold on, where is the... Where are the players talking, bro? Okay, here we go. That's what there we go. All right, let's go. Come on now. So first up, we got Xavier Brown. Got Xavier Brown, presser. Hold up 1 second. Let me share the screen.
Yay or nay? Huh? Yay or nay? We just go straight to questions. You want to say something? I'll say something. All right. Well, we have Xavier here. He is right on time, and he has some opening remarks for us.
What's going on, Xavier Brown? Excited to be here and love playing in the SEC. Can't wait for the season.
All right. We'll start over here on the right side.
Shout out Xavier Brown in the building, man. Here we go.
With questions.
Hey, Abby Miller with Reflector at Mississippi State. You've been a starter on this defense since your freshman year. What does it mean to you that coach trusts you enough to execute at such a competitive level?
It means the most that I have, my coach's trust and confidence in me. Allows me to play harder, play faster, and knowing that people got my back.
Go on the second side.
Leo Haggerty, Amped Up Sports Draft Nation here in Tampa.
Obviously, at the top of your list are team goals, but what are your individual goals that you've set to get that team goal up higher?
For sure, yeah. I just want to be, I'm working on being a great leader every day, making personal connections with guys on the team, on my side of the ball, other side of the ball, and I think that things like that will go a long way for us.
Respect. And that boy looking serious too, huh? Boy, ready, huh? Lock in, my dog. Here we go.
Front row.
Zabian, you've been a part of some of the bigger interceptions in recent Alabama history, notably the interception to beat Georgia in 2024, the pick six against Tennessee at the end of the half, and then another pick six against Oklahoma to tie the game in the college football playoff. Is that something that's always been natural to you, being around the ball at the right time, or is that something that's been coached through you since arriving to Alabama or even since high school?
Nah, I feel like I'm a natural ball player. I grew up, playing on the other side of the ball, so catching the ball, having the ball in my hand, it's just natural to me. So,
front row.
Georgia Chambers, Fox 5 Atlanta. Similar question to I asked you in the other room. You went up against Georgia twice last year, beating them at home and then losing in the SEC championship game. What challenges does this Coach Smart coach program pose?
They're extremely well coached and disciplined team. We know what they're gonna do. They know what we're gonna do, and it's about who can do it better. And it's about making the play when it's right in front of you, catching the ball when it's in front of you, making the tackle when it's in front of you. So things like when the game comes down to only a few plays, everything's important.
Yeah, one play can change the whole game. Call it a real domino effect, good or bad.
On the second row here.
Hey, Zabian, Cameron Lejeune, WAK out of Montgomery. You guys have a saying a couple years now, length let an naysayer know. There's a lot of people that kind of talk about DeBoer in this program, where it is now after Saban's retired a couple years ago, despite a lot of the success you guys have had with DeBoer. Can you just kind of talk about that and, what the side of guys that, what you guys see from DeBoer in the locker room?
Right. We're not really worried about the outside noise. And I love playing for Coach DeBoer. He's a great person. He's a great leader. Our success is tribute to him, really. And he's just one of those people that you just want to play for. You can't. When he talked before the game, you can't wait to go out there. And so, yeah.
AP front row.
AP Stedham, AP as we see it. Zabian.
Shout out K-Dog for getting them boys turned up.
What's the story you like to tell about your defensive coordinator, Coach Womack?
Like a specific story?
Something you like to tell people that they should know about him.
Sure, Coach Womack, he's a great guy, man. He makes a lot of personal relationship with all the players, and we all love him. We all love playing for him. If somebody would ask me about him, I would just say he's a great guy. He cares a lot about his players, and it makes us play a lot harder.
Left side, third row.
John Eads, WAFB. Zabian, you guys have beaten LSU a couple years in a row. What does it take to win that game specifically that you guys have done a good job of?
Just playing our game, sticking to our game plan. Every game in the SEC is a rough game. It's a one-score game, and that's how it always is. That's how it always will be. And we look forward to those tough games.
In the back, on the right.
Kay Nagley, Tech Sags. Isaiah Horton transferred to Texas A&M this past season. Can you just talk a little bit about the competition you had with him in practice and what kind of player the Aggies are getting?
Yeah, Zay, he's a great player. He knows me. I know him. We know how each other play. We had a lot of great battles in practice, and I can't wait for that matchup. It's going to be a great night.
Second row.
Saturday afternoon, Tuscaloosa. You're in the tunnel again, Bryant-Denny Stadium. Field's named after Nick Saban. You see all this crimson all over the place. You still get goosebumps?
Every time. It doesn't fail, man. Being in Bryant-Denny it's the best stadium in the world to me. Being recruited, I never went to a Bama game till the first one I played in. And so I love it. I love being there.
Right side, third row.
I know you guys like to say you take it game by game, week by week, but with Alabama having a top 5 defense in the SEC, which other conference team do you see giving you the biggest challenge on the offense side?
Life in the SEC is a one-score game every week, every Saturday. So, you never know which Saturday, you never know what holds. You know what I'm saying? And they're all one-score games. It's all tough. So all going to come down to the fourth quarter.
Second row, and then pass it forward, please.
Can you talk a little bit about Dijon Lee? He was a freshman last year. Now he's going to have a little bit more of a significant role that you've seen from him in practice.
Dijon's a great player. He's grown and matured as a player on and off the field so much since this offseason. I love the way he works. He motivates me. He's God gifted. He's an amazing athlete.
Respect.
Front row here.
I asked your teammate Ryan Coleman Williams earlier about what it would mean for him to be a team captain and what the process would be like for him to become one of the 4 men to have their hand and foot stomped into Denny Chimes after the football season. Is that a personal goal of yours, or are you just specifically focused on being the best defensive back in the country?
I mean, obviously that would be a blessing if that does happen. But as of right now, I'm just focused on how I can get my team better, how I can get myself better, how we can better each other. And so, yeah, I wouldn't say that that's my immediate goal, but, obviously being a part of history would be nice.
On the aisle.
Hey, Xavier. Obviously a lot of reps between you guys in the defensive backfield. Is there still a lot of talk? Is there a lot of communication, or is it pretty much unsaid that, like, we know what everybody else is going to do because you have played together so many times?
One more time.
What is communication like in the defensive backfield, knowing that you guys have played a lot of reps together? Is there a lot more communication? Is there less?
I would say, yeah, with more trust and the more time we spent together, we've been able to communicate more, of being me personally more comfortable of being like, oh, what you see right here? And when you see me this, tell me that, like, and just little things like that, being able to build our trust definitely builds our communication.
Yeah, that chemistry, that bond, that cohesion. Yeah, I expect to see great communication between the safeties and the cornerbacks this year.
Fourth row.
Ellie Malika, SEC. How do you feel being chosen to represent Alabama here at Media Days this summer?
It's a blessing. I'm extremely excited. I love being here, representing my school, the Script A. It truly means a lot to me.
Go back on the aisle here.
Hey, Xavier. Over the course of your time with Ryan, how have you seen him grow as a receiver? Kind of, could you scout your approach, what he does well as a receiver, things like that?
He just continues to get better. Like, he's never staying the same, and that's why I admire so much about him, being taking reps against him. Oh, you didn't used to do that, like, you know what I'm saying? And so being able to grow alongside of him is definitely special. I'm extremely blessed to be able to share the field with him for so long.
2 final questions. We'll go here and then come to the front row.
Over your time at Alabama, what's been the most fun or loudest game at Bryant-Denny that you've played in?
My most fun personally was the Tennessee one this last year. Just the environment, how loud it is, the cigar smoke afterwards, and going back out on the field and jumping in the stands and just
the crazy play he had at the moment, what they call it, the moment, beautiful moment, baby. Never forget it. Roll Tide.
Being with my family out on the field after the game, it was an amazing experience.
Front row.
Or the belt. Nah, no. I know it ain't. I know it ain't. You rang Hu Yang. No, and Eddie tonight, Hu Yang. You hear me? Heavy. What's good?
831. Just curious, your view of this quarterback competition right now. What are the biggest strengths from Austin and Keelan from going against these guys in practice?
2 amazing guys on and off the field. And, they do have different skill sets. They provide different strengths to the offense. Mac, he's not going to make a wrong decision. And Keelan's lightning in a bottle. So really can't go wrong. And I love being around those guys. And I'm thankful to call those guys my teammates.
Xavier, great job as always. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Shout out ZB, dog.
Alabama with Ryan, and he's ready for your questions. We'll start right here on the front row.
We got Ryan Coleman in the building, man. Shout out Ryan Coleman, man.
Happy with WBRC in Birmingham.
Probably won't get through all this. Finna get up out of here in a minute. But yeah, let's see what Ryan Coleman Williams got to say A lot to prove for him. A lot to prove for him, especially this year. Down year last year. How do we bounce back?
What do you hope to prove this season as you try to make it a good year?
Honestly, just going into this year, my main focus is, just trying to be a consistent guy day in and day out. And, with the work that I put in, obviously the results will show for themselves. So really just being the best version of myself day in and day out for my squad and for myself.
Front row on the aisle.
Ryan, what's the biggest difference that you've noticed in yourself through your growth from your first start against Western Kentucky in 2024 to what will be your first start this year against East Carolina, both on the field and through your mindset?
Really just, with this game, you learn so much, whether that's, what inside zone is, or, just it's so many things that you can learn from this game. So just enjoying the process of learning and, taking everything that I've learned from then until now, and, just being able to move fast because, I've been through the things that I've been through to be able to learn and play at a high pace.
Second row on the end.
Leo Haggerty, Amped Up Sports Draft Nation here in Tampa. Team goals, obviously, at the top of your list. What are your individual goals that you aspire to get to help get to those team goals?
Honestly, for myself, one of the biggest things that has always been important to me is being a team captain for my squad. So I think with that, it just allows me an opportunity to it's like an extra chip on your shoulder to just be able to like I said, be my best self because obviously I know the work that I have to put in from now into the first game and even throughout the season. So really just focusing in on that. But I know the individual accolades will handle themselves. So, I guess I haven't put too much thought into that.
Right side, third row, and then pass the microphone to the right.
That makes sense. Makes sense. Very doable. Definitely can be a captain. Captain, how does he play on the field, though? Ryan Williams got to prove it on the field at this point. No talking, really. We just want to see him in full throttle action. He got to make up for last year, period. Oh, yeah, you know it. I know it. He got to make up for last year, period, dog. I think he will. I believe he will. Talented receiver. Let's get it.
Abby Miller with the Reflector from Mississippi State. Compared to your freshman year, last season wasn't the best looking back at the previous stats. Some people are saying that it's the NCAA cover curse. What do you think about that, and how do you plan to prove these people wrong?
I don't believe in anything like that, but definitely, there's a lot of distraction whenever you're at the top of your game, or whenever people feel like you're at the highest of the high. So honestly, just taking all of my experiences, and trying to learn and be my best self, and really just focus on what got me here, and that's the work. So
second row, and then pass it over your shoulder, please.
Nathan King, 24/7 Sports. Wanted to ask you about one of your former Saraland teammates that now joins you in the SEC, Deshaun Spencer. What made him a dynamic player for you guys at Saraland, and how do you see that translating for him in the SEC?
Just like that's what we breed in Saraland. We breed workhorses. We depend on each other, and we go to work day in and day out, and just focus on the work. And all of the results will show for themselves, just like they did at the end of his season last year, and just like they will in this upcoming season, I believe.
Third row on the aisle, then pass it to the left.
Hey, Ryan, Kimberly June, WAK out of Montgomery, Alabama. Can you just talk a little about your freshman season, kind of a phenomenal season, and then last year maybe a little bit down. Can you just talk kind of what have you been doing this off season specifically to kind of go into this season a little bit like freshman?
Okay, so my freshman year, everything was, fast paced. I did a lot of learning. So really just taking those things that I did right throughout my freshman year and,
See, Ryan Williams, thing what Ryan Williams is, Ryan Coleman Williams is, like I say, right now it's just JT talking, dog. We need action from Ryan Williams for sure. We need him to show up and show out for sure. You know it. I know it, bro. Understand me? He can sit up there at the podium, talk. Cool, it's cool. It's all good. SEC Media Day. We love it. We respect it. But at the end of the day, it's time for Ryan Coleman Williams, to ball, to put that real work in on the field. Real letdown last year off the rip. How will he bounce back? That's the main question. But if he does succeed, if he is back to his old ways, watch out. It's going to get real spooky for every team in the land. Here we go. Let's get back to it.
Taking the things that I could have did better in my sophomore year and taking those things and, just building the best version, the best plan for myself, going into this year and just trying to replicate it day in and day out.
All right, there we go. I'm going to stop it right there. Catch back up on the next one. And that's what it is, man. Give me 1 second here. Matter of fact, let's finish through this clip here.
On the left on the aisle.
Yeah, hey Ryan, Evan Kamiko, News 9, Oklahoma City. You guys beat the Sooners last year at the college football playoff at their place. What do you remember what were challenging in that game in Norman last year?
Obviously not starting the game we wanted to. They got out to a early lead. Obviously not allowing that to happen again because they're a very good team, just like all games in the SEC. But, just being resilient and clawing back and, understanding that there's 4 quarters to a game. And, we have to take the positive and the negative from that. And, you also don't want to be on the other side of that, have a game, pretty much over and then, allow the opponent to do that because
that's why this year is very imperative. They start fast. Every game start fast, dog. No lackadaisical bullshit. No not being in sync, starting slow, this and that. No, Holmes. Be on the same accord from John. Too many games last year. One half piss poor, the other half good, or vice versa. We need a full 4 quarters of Bama football.
We've done that as well. So, just taking all the lessons from that game and, just trying to build on them going into this year.
Third row on the right.
Hey, Ryan, Lindsey Bonner, WAKA out of Montgomery, Alabama. There's a lot of talk right now about conference championship games potentially going away. You've had a lot of experience in the SEC championship game. How do you feel about the potential of maybe that being no more?
Honestly, for me, that's higher than my pay grade. But, I just love playing football. So any opportunity I get to play football,
I mean, definitely will be taking something away from the game, but if they're gonna hold it against the team, why have it? Yeah, like everybody wanted them to do to Bama last year, hold it against them for making it to the SEC championship game and kick them out the playoff. What? So it depends on what's gonna happen as far as the whole SEC championship game goes and championship games go in general. But SEC championship definitely legendary, right? Definitely classic, important to the SEC fan base.
Obviously, I would love to do it, and just thinking about growing up and watching the SEC championship, there's been a lot of plays and a lot of amazing moments in that game. So, obviously I would like to play in it, but, it's like I said, it's bigger than me.
On the aisle, then pass it over your shoulder.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX and Bryan College Station. Your former teammate Isaiah Horton, now with the Aggies. Just kind of what kind of a player is he? What does he bring to a wide receiver room?
Man, a lot of energy. He's a high energy.
And we're gonna stop it right there. Like I say, finish it up on the next one. But that is Ryan Coleman Williams, man. Hold on, give me 1 second here. Where we at here with it anyway? How many more minutes we got left on his joint? 2 minutes? Oh, come on.
I'm super proud of him, the man he's become, even over just that past.
And like I say, Ryan Coleman Williams put some weight on, looking a little bigger in the shoulders. Important for him to get some more mass on his body, more protection on his body. Yeah, man. Very excited about his potential play on the field. He must bounce back. He must bounce back, period.
last year of knowing him. But yeah, he brings a lot of energy. He's gonna make the plays. A consistent guy. You know, he's gonna work day in and day out. And I'm just excited for what he gets to show.
Back on the fifth row.
Oh, JD is outside.
Excuse me. Julian Mitchell, WVTM 13 in Birmingham. Ryan, obviously, Coleman in your name, the number change, you've talked about it a bit, but I'm interested, those changes, the other changes in your life, how that's shaped your perspective as you enter this season on the game and on life.
Really, it just allows me to, you know, focus on what's important to me. Just because, you know, I have people in my corner that, you know, have been there the entire time and, you know, have stepped up in ways that, you know, I couldn't even imagine. So really just paying homage to them and, you know, just trying to be my best self this year.
Two final questions will go on the end and they'll come right up front.
Freshman year, you and Jalen Miller were kind of like the dynamic duo on the field. Do you have a similar bond with the quarterback room this year?
I mean, definitely. With, you know, this being my third year and having a different quarterback every year, it just it's a growth opportunity. Just because, you know, I mean, you know, if I had the opportunity to play in the National Football League, sometimes that might.
Hey, you playing at the highest level, you must adapt, right? You playing at the highest level, you must adapt. Make your quarterback better. Matter of fact. But you talk about being a receiver in the NFL, how many different quarterbacks you may play with and go through. Understand me? So Ryan Coleman Williams do like every other receiver in the world do. Play ball. I repeat, play ball. Let's get it.
Be the case as well. So really just trying to maximize the time that I can spend with my quarterbacks, just because, you know, obviously on Saturdays, you know, we're going to need that time put in.
Final question.
Ryan, speaking of the National Football League, I know it's a long way out until the end of the season and time to start making decisions, but have there been any conversations yet between you, your family, anybody in the Alabama program about whether or not you're ready to take that next step to the NFL, or are you planning to take a fourth year in college, or are you going to go straight to the NFL after this season?
I mean, honestly, for me, you know, I've just been focusing on, you know, getting ready for fall camp, if I'm being, you know, just honest about it. But, you know, I
feel like for Ryan Coleman Williams, if he even enters the NFL draft, it will depend on how he plays this year, how his season goes. If he has a down season, he might want to come back another year. Or if he doesn't overperform, he might want to come back another year. If he cares about which round he gets drafted, his draft capital, draft stock, etc. So a lot of questions to be answered, per se, about Ryan Coleman Williams, dog. But it's for certain if he has a piss poor year like last year, ain't nobody drafted him at all. We good.
Degree this December. And
talented player, talent, athletic, glitchy, twitchy, etc. He just got to bring it all together, get his mind right, keep his mind right, keep his mind on the game. Roll Tide.
And, you know, that's super exciting for me. So really just focusing in on, you know, this season and get my degree. And then after that, you know, like you said, there will be decisions to be made.
Shout out him for that.
But I'm just excited for right now.
Ryan, good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There we go. So shout out Ryan Coleman Williams. Shout out Xavier Brown. Of course, Kalen DeBoer, K-Dog. What else we got here? Probably get into the rest of next Bama Live. Might not, though. But yeah, that's SEC Media Day. Let me know how you feel about DeBoer, K-Dog, what he said, etc. Very excited about the season coming up. Are them boys ready? Will them boys be ready? Will they set the standard for real? Hey, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with any and everybody you know for sure. Support the grind, support the channel. Why not? Takes less than 1 second, right? Big SKOL Hill, Roll Tide full of pride. Win, lose, or draw, but we come to win. Down at the levee, we going fishing at the levee. Roll Tide full of pride, man. We come. Believe that.